We're back! It's Crafty Goals update time again. I'm gonna try to make this quick because I completely forgot that Saturday is May 1st and it's April 30th and I'm filming it right now, so we're gonna try to talk as little as possible. On my little stash roulette, which I haven't actually done stash roulette with yet, the only thing I did this month was I did use some more oversized paper to make some album covers. I think that trend's gonna continue for a while. I did get some things used up. I decided to stop copying all my hash marks from the post-it note that I keep on my desk and just write down the total. So I used up 17 8.5 by 11 cardstock sheets in April, 3 things of adhesive. I finally finished off the 2 6x6 paper pads. For the most part, the 2 backyard table pads. I do have scraps that I need to use to make cards, so that'll be happening this month, but once I get it down to scraps, I consider it done. And I used up 2 sheets of oversized paper. I've been surprisingly uncrafty this month, even though I felt pretty productive working on those 2 mini albums. That's the only stuff I completed. Again, I think if I do this again, I gotta change that title to projects completed rather than projects made. Crafty spending, I did spend some money because I did have some of my Amazon subscribe and save show up this month. I did skip some of them, but I did pick up the 1/2-inch score tape and two packs of ATG tape. The score tape was $23.10 and the ATG tape was $34.04 for the 2 packs together. And then I also decided to bite the bullet a couple of days later and order some 1-inch score tape, in part because I ran out of the 1/2-inch, and because it was coming from the States, it was taking longer to get here. So that came out to $21.44. So the total for April was $78.58, which brings us to a year total of $200.28. Social media, because I'm being so inconsistent, I have lost, I think, 1 follower or subscriber in each place, which is fine. So I only got 2 videos up in April, which were the 2 collab videos. I lost a subscriber. I actually checked it at the end of April for once, instead of the beginning or a couple days into the next month. I only posted twice on Instagram just to advertise a sort of spur-of-the-moment paper crafting stream that I did. I'd like to figure out a schedule where I can do at least 1 paper crafting stream a week or something. On Twitch, like I said last month, I don't have enough followers here to be allowed to live stream. Again, I lost 1 Instagram follower. I don't know if that was the same person that I lost on YouTube, but that's okay. And then I'm back down to the 2 collabs because that's all I have the brain power to manage right now. I did actually complete one of my Q2 goals, which is to get partially vaccinated. I received my first Pfizer vaccine on April 28th. It went pretty well. I had a pretty sore arm that night, like I couldn't sleep on that side, and I tossed and turned, so I eventually gave in and took some Advil for it. And I did ask the doctor that gave me the shot, because there's been mixed information as to whether or not you can take ibuprofen. She said Tylenol's better, but you can take ibuprofen too. It's not gonna, like, kill you or something. I can sleep on that side pretty comfortably now. This is, what, day 3 of having it in my system? And other than getting a little worn down for a few hours the day of, and then having a brief period on the day of and the next day of, like, if I turn my head too fast, getting dizzy, had no side effects. What that means for the second shot, I don't know. There's also the concern that here in Canada, they're making us wait 16 weeks to get the second shot. And the strategy behind that was something to do with wanting to get the first dose into more people. So, like, if they have 100 people that need a first dose and they've got 100 doses, they would rather give all of those doses to people that have no protection than give some of those doses to people that have some protection, I guess was kind of the logic. But then there's also been research or studies or something that have said that that doesn't really work any better than just doing it on schedule. So technically, I'll be half vaxxed as of, I guess, May 12th is when the 2-week wait is over. And then my next appointment's not till mid-August. But I'm partly vaccinated, so that was one thing. And then this kind of stuff I'm actually going to address on the May goals page. Didn't use any more washi yet, but I do have the washi from the Backyard Table and the Coastal Village collections pulled out. I'm going to try to use some of the washi on the cards that I'm going to need to make, because I really do need to use it. So we'll see. I would have thought I would have had something to cross off on the April goals, but I didn't. So I put an upside down smiley face. But I'm trying to refocus for May, so I'll show you that. So my May goals list is actually not as large as it looks. This is just kind of, a good chunk of this is like a reminder to myself. I've decided I need to create a timeline for my store, including due dates for myself, and including my vaccination dates and such like that, to get a store open, because obviously spending the last 4 months going, yeah, I'm gonna do this, honest, really, I'm gonna do this, I swear, I'm gonna do it, hasn't really been working well. And I've always been sort of hesitant to set due dates, because I feel like it's not gonna do me any good if I'm just reporting to myself, because reporting to myself thus far has not worked. But I'm gonna try and come up with a timeline. I think having the vaccination dates will help with that, knowing that, okay, I should be fully vaxxed by, like, the first couple of days in September. So, like, that's when I should definitely being able to head out to the post office to mail things. So if I look at it at, like, maximum amount of time before I open the store is, like, mid-September, then I can work out, so this should be done by this time, this should be done by this time. So I just kind of relisted all of the different things as just things to put on that timeline. They're not all going to get done, or possibly none of this is going to get done other than the timeline in May, but that is kind of the goal. I may even do the timeline on this page and show you that in the next goal update. So, trying to get refocused. I really do want to get this store started. I know I keep saying that and I'm not showing it through my actions, but I promise I do actually want to do this. So the only other separate goal, aside from creating a timeline with due dates, is to actually resize the shop list, because I didn't do that, like I said I was going to. And then just some crafting goals, which is just, again, to finish the stuff that's half done, and to get started on the Coastal Village projects for the Joy of Blue collab, since there's actually blue in those paper pads. So that is kind of going to be the actual focus in May. I am also trying to focus on Twitch to an extent, which again, I think making due dates will help me with time management. The Twitch side of my life is getting closer to hitting their monetization level, so if you are interested in seeing what I'm doing there, it's free to sign up for an account on Twitch. It is free to follow an account on Twitch. The paid stuff is subscriptions and bits and things like that, which is like tipping. I'm not eligible for that yet, so literally all you can do on my Twitch account, if you'd like to support me, is follow and hang out in the chat. You don't even have to say anything, just watching helps. I've hit all of the qualifications for the first level of monetization on Twitch, except for concurrent viewers. That's the only thing I still need to do. So yeah, especially when I do the paper crafting streams, I'll try to actually come up with a schedule, maybe even post a video here and say what it is. If you guys would like to help me out with that, that would be great. I've rambled far more than I intended to, so I am gonna go. As per the usual, you can click on the CRAFTYGOALS hashtag to see who else is participating in this collab. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you at the very least on the 12th for the Joy of Blue collab, assuming I don't randomly break a tooth again or something. So I will see you